So, the men at home, maybe a businessman, maybe a corporate executive, very often they are the ones responsible for bringing home the bacon. And very often these are the people who have a lot of stress. How, any examples of things you may have done to help such an individual?
Right. So you're right, and I just want to add here that perhaps without being respectful to all genders, I think men and women do tend to handle this kind of a situation a little differently. But let me talk about a male in his mid-40s, turned an entrepreneur, so gave up the safe, haven of his job security because he wanted to do something on his own, and he felt this is the time. Otherwise, he wouldn't have the mental strength and capacity to go ahead with it. He tried to keep up a very brave front, trying to shoulder all the responsibility and not pass it on to people in the family, thinking in his own way that he was protecting them. But what was actually happening in reality, he was getting more and more isolated, more and more detached, didn't have enough time, was always on the edge, ready to snap, and his children were walking on eggshells. His family, parents and wife didn't know how to approach him, what would become a trigger. And while he thought that he was doing a good job in shouldering his responsibility completely, what was actually happening was the opposite. So he was getting more and more stressed. We had to use different modalities for him to accept that even accepting his situation was not normal. It was a step forward in the right direction. It was a positive achievement. Getting him to accept that stress by definition is an emotion which indicates one is not in control, right? That also was an achievement. Gradually, we worked through his goals, what he wanted to achieve, working backwards which actions, behaviors, thought patterns would take him there. And then we also used a lot of journaling, a self-reflection, and some kind of psychology-based assessment and analysis to understand what he could do and which were the stressors. So we worked for about 6 to 7 months together till he was able to come to a stage where he was able to sleep well, have a good sound sleep, have the confidence to even turn around his business model. And that is how exactly it works with emotions as well as thinking patterns.